a white man, is charged with murdering a black teenager after they got into an argument over loud music. Take a look at this.
It began with a fight over loud music. Police say he fired 4 shots into the SUV Davis was in.
These were young people in that car. Had that been 4 grown black men, he would have never showed out and did any of that.
I saw a barrel come up on the window, like a single shot shotgun.
Saying he feared for his safety, Dunn retrieved his gun.
You're gonna hear bang, 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 bang. 4 terrified teenagers began an ominous roll call. Everybody responded to the sound of their name, except Jordan Davis.
Okay, Miss Ali, Dunn described these kids as thugs and the music as thug music. What do you say?
Well, you know, that's the new code word. A few years ago, Reverend Al Sharpton, I believe he buried the N-word and was trying to teach us not to use that on each other, not to call each other that, not to use it in rap music and everything. But that has become the new code word to call black men thugs, which is just saying another word for the N-word. It's unfortunate that this has happened and that we're getting ready to almost have an instant replay of what we've already been through on this. And that saddens me. Another black mother has got to grieve the killing of her child by someone outside of his race and who she can't do anything about. There's nothing she can do about it. They may as well pick the same jury they had with Zimmerman.
Well, Shagun, my understanding is this young man's mother was hoping that race did not come into play.
Yeah, you know, Dr. Drew, to be honest with you, I am too. I would like to focus on the fact that the law is inadequate. I think that the law allows people who are not trained in crisis situations to carry guns. Now, we can argue color if we want to, but at the end of the day, there's a kid who was murdered, and I find it just appalling that this law is on the books, and people that are not trained in how to deal with crisis situations are carrying firearms.
Yeah.
Yes, the stand your ground law.
Now
I mean,
we know why they got you on
law.
here.
What do you mean, Miss Ali? What do you mean?
Well, that is an old slavery time answer to keep saying it has nothing to do with race. Everything has something to do with color. We pick how we dress. We pick our food. We pick the weather. We pick everything on color. So why do you all keep pretending we don't make judgments about people about color?
All right, hold on. Anahita, I'm going to get to you in a second, but I want to get to Jason, you're from Australia, dude. What can you relate to it? Do you have a different perspective? Can you understand what Miss Ali's talking about?
Look, I know I look scary, but I really don't think that the race thing should come into play. I feel like if a guy says to a bunch of people playing loud music, turn your music down, you're already asking for it. I'm a tough guy. I can beat up people if I want to, but I would never tell somebody to turn their music down unless I wanted trouble. So I think he wanted the drama. I don't think it matters what color the kids are. I think it just, that guy is who shoots people? You don't tell people to turn music down. You know that's an altercation. You wanted one.
I like
no.
Well,
oh my gosh,
Jason,
Dr. Drew.
I think you all live in some kind of alter universe.
I can't.
See, this is what happens. When we go to these trials and black men are involved, 2 things have to take place. First, the defense attorney has to dehumanize the victim and make sure that the jury understands that these are some kind of threatening, dangerous people. And secondly, he has to do what you all charge me with. He has to race bait the jury and bring up their greatest fears of whatever they've heard about black men. Black men have been in this country over 400 years being called a boy. But every time they do something, then they become a man. These were 4 children in this car, teenagers. And there's no parent in America with a 17-year-old child that calls him a man.
I love the look of incredulity on Jason's face. Wait, hold on, Shagun. I want to get from Jason first because he has a look of disbelief. Go ahead.
Do you really have to? I mean, I just, you know, she seems like a nice lady, but maybe, I don't know. I just think that the race thing it's over the top and unnecessary. The guy shot 4 kids. Who cares what color they are?
He did.
Who cares about the race thing? It's just too much. It's like it's all you're
I
about.
care.
Really?
A lot of people care.
A grown man killed 4 kids. So regardless of color, the law that allows him to do that needs to be changed or needs to be looked at. Because until the law is changed, regardless of the color, those types of things are going to happen. So,
All right,
you know,
all right.
There you
to me, the
go.
law
I
is
like that
inadequate.
guy.
Jenny, finish up. What's your
Of
comment?
course
he
you
killed-
do.
first of all,
he
he
wants
killed-
you to like him.
He killed one kid.
You all need to jump on the taffy train.
I'm glad we have Frank on here. We need people like Frank on television so that a lot of my people can see that they're not paranoid unjustifiably. This type of white man does exist. Well,
Let me finish.
No, let's talk
It
about
wasn't
those
until
11 police officers.
Are you gonna yak or you want me to talk? Hoodies and Skittles?
No, I'm going to talk
Okay.
about how we
Why don't you
assess
cut his
one
mic
another
off?
and hang. I will, trust me.
I think that a date between these two is a horrible idea.
How dare you?
Go ahead, Frank.
Miss Ali, I believe what you're suffering
Yes.
from is called cognitive dissonance. That's where your
Yes.
beliefs don't match up with reality. I finally figured it out. And you know what, Miss Ali? You talk about the white man being the devil. Well, here's a fact, and I want to only discuss the facts in the Michael Dunn case and particularly about crime in America. According to the FBI and the U.S. Department of Justice, African Americans make up 12% of the population, yet they commit the most disproportionate amount of violent crimes. Over 60% of the murders were committed by African Americans, and 32% were under the age of 18. So when Michael Dunn pulled into that gas station, you know, you wonder why we have these premonitions.
We'd call it a bias, though, Frank. It's a
bias. These are facts, Dr. Drew.
It's a fact
The
that biases
FBI just
people.
didn't. No. I would like to hear her. You know,
Okay,
they say
let's
that
hear it.
crime is a problem.
Those are not facts. Those are not facts,
yes,
Frank.
they are.
Those are stories. No, those are not facts. Your people,
they're facts.
Your
Look
people
it up.
have been killing my people for 500 years, and every
Miss
time it happens,
Ali.
you blame us. And you say
Miss Ali.
that it's done by persons or people of
know-
unknown. This is what
you know,
you
Miss
all
Ali,
say.
I watched
That's what
you-
you want
Miss
to
Ali.
believe.
You know what? I watched you last night, and I have to give you a nod. You did say that there were no signs that said no noise or anything like that. You know, it's all about respect, okay? You
Oh,
want us to
come
have
on.
respect for
That's
you.
right.
All Michael Dunn asked those young boys were to turn down the music. In what way
I
did he
keep telling
provoke?
y'all, this is the same
In what
case.
way was it provoked? I want to know. Answer the
right.
question. How is that provoking and escalating into a young boy losing his life? It's about respect. Trayvon.
Listen, tell me this.
The
Wait,
gentleman
I have
in
a
the
question.
theater.
Frank, I have a question
texting,
for you.
Music.
I have a question.
Yeah, go
Now,
ahead, Miss
I want to
Ali.
ask a question.
Yeah.
If he listen, Dr. Drew, he said that he was in the car and the music was blaring and he heard them say and make a derogatory remark about him, and he rolled his window down and say, "Hey, you talking to me?" Well, how could
No.
he hear one comment over the music and with his window up?
Right. Okay.
Because he
Listen.
was
That
sitting
doesn't
right
make
next
any
to him.
sense.
I
But
wanna get
nobody
more
is going
said-
to bring
I wanna
that
get-
up.
I want to
Why
get more
don't
of my
you read
panel.
the Discovery? Do yourself a favor
Hang on, Frank.
and read
Frank.
the
All right.
Discovery, and then we'll talk again. Okay?
I don't
Frank,
want to
Before
read
you're
nothing
talking
that
out
some
the
other
back
white
of your
people
hat.
that made
Hang
up.
on.
You're
I wanna
talking
get some
out
more-
your hat
Guys,
again.
Dr. Drew
on.
can't scream.
I got a
Listen to
horrible
him.
voice
Okay.
problem tonight. I want to get the rest of my panel involved. Wendy, you look stricken. Go ahead.
I am. Frank, with all due respect, darling, some of those stats are not quite accurate. It is that
Excuse me, I
more
just looked them up.
African Americans may be
I
serving
just
jail
looked them
time,
up.
but
Google it.
because that
Google it.
I would love to
just
hear
looked
your
it up.
source, dollface. Listen.
Look,
Listen,
okay,
what I
go
need,
ahead.
what I
That
want
don't mean it's
both of you
true.
to understand. Am I going to get to talk, Dr. Drew? Can you shut him
Yes,
up?
go. Listen, I've got.
Yeah,
This
we can't
right
is of
now.
all the nights for me to be unable to sound
All
like
right.
Chris Brady. So go ahead.
Okay. To Miss Ellie and to Frank, I want to tell you that when you know somebody's race, you know about as much about their personality as their shoe size. Okay?
Exactly.
Within every race,
Yep.
within every
agree.
culture, you're going to have a wide
agree.
socioeconomic status. You're going to have a
Yep.
wide range of personality types.
Yes.
And
You know
so
what?
to ever make any
Well, that's easy
generalization
enough for
about
you to
any
say
race
because
is
you all are
wrong.
not outnumbered.
But hold on,
Maybe
Frank
if-
and Ali. Wait, hang on.
You two, Miss Ali, when Frank was speaking to you, you were rolling your eyes and not even looking at him. So how can we have a good conversation between each other if we don't even
Well,
respect each other?
Well,
Well,
Both
I
of
can't
you.
see him anyway. You
Guys,
butt out
Dr.
of it.
Drew
How
is
you go? What you
speaking.
got to do
Go
with
ahead.
what I'm
Dr.
talking to
Drew.
with Frank?
yo, Jenny.